Investor interest in PDD Holdings is surging ahead of its upcoming Q2 2025 earnings report, with much of the excitement tied to the global traction of its Temu platform, which has rapidly expanded across North America, Europe, and new international markets. Some traders highlight unusual options activity as evidence that institutional players may be positioning for an upside surprise, while others caution that any initial post earnings spike could face a volatility crush as implied premiums deflate. The heightened focus on PDD has also spilled over into smaller China linked plays like BGM and AIFU, which traders are eyeing for potential sympathy momentum. Key factors driving attention ahead of earnings. 1. Slowing revenue momentum and margin compression. While PDD's expansion story has generated buzz, underlying fundamentals remain a concern. In the prior quarter, PDD's revenues grew just 10% year over year, a marked slowdown compared to earlier growth rates. More concerning, the operating margin contracted to 19% from 33%, reflecting the heavy financial burden of aggressive subsidies and promotional incentives. Analysts expect these pressures to have persisted in Q2, raising questions about the sustainability of PDD's business model. 2. Elevated costs from promotions and subsidies. PDD has leaned heavily on consumer coupon initiatives and its mid year shopping festival to preserve demand and defend market share. While these measures likely helped top line growth, they came at the expense of profitability. Sales and marketing expenses jumped 43% year over year last quarter, and consensus expects the spending trajectory to remain elevated. The company's expanded 100 billion support program is also expected to keep expenses structurally high, limiting near-term margin recovery. 4. Balancing growth versus profitability. The central challenge for PDD remains balancing its ambitions for global growth, particularly Temu's costly overseas expansion, with profitability in its core domestic operations. While Temu's brand recognition and user adoption outside of China are growing, the platform is still in a cash burn phase, raising questions about long term margin dilution. Investors will be closely watching management commentary on user acquisition costs, monetization plans, and path to profitability for both Temu and PDD's broader ecosystem. Bottom line, heading into earnings, PDD finds itself at the intersection of speculative momentum and fundamental uncertainty. Traders chasing near term catalysts such as Temu's global adoption and options market signals are fueling excitement, but long term investors are focused on whether the company can translate scale into sustainable profits. With competitive pressures, regulatory risks, and elevated costs in play, Q2 results are likely to serve as a litmus test for whether PDD's aggressive strategy can deliver more than just headline growth.
So the stock is on the move, or if you like, in the pre-market session of today, the 22nd of August. Earlier on, when this recording began, this intraday high was $127 and some fraction. It has now shifted inch slightly to 128. So it's just right on the margin of its extremes. You can even see here on this. This is a sort of price channel. It's just, you can see the prices have just been printed off that on that. So it is strongly bullish as things stand right now. So let's see now. The extrapolation is saying that strength is going to remain in place up till today's trading session, but this is its daily chart. Let's come back to the okay. Yeah, before we go to the 4 hour chart, we have let's pick up the projections here. Here we have 128.27, just fractionally away from it. 135.69, 140.27, nothing to the downside at all, nothing to the downside. Okay, let's move on to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, strength is expected to remain in place up till midday today. And then after that, it expects that this expansion that began, when did it begin? It began on Wednesday the 20th. It will go into it will begin to be it will contract all the way towards Wednesday the 3rd of September. No guarantee that that will be the case. Projections are saying 127.50, slightly below. It's a down projection. Upper projections 129.25. I think we may even have higher projections before now. Yeah, yes. We have 139.21 as of the 12th of August. 134.78. Yeah, those two were, yeah, those two earlier on this week. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so then in terms of buying pressure, let's see what we have. Buying pressure or price pressure momentum, everything's significantly bullish. You can see the angle of attack is quite a steep one. So it's either it's going to continue to increase or may stall there. The algos are saying it's going to stall, but we don't exactly know for sure what is going to happen. Let's just um, quickly glance at the 1 minute chart to see whether we've had any aggressive, ambitious projections. 128.24, 128.35. Let's get the current price now. Yeah, 128.33 has increased. Okay, so it's just on the limit of its strength. That's where it is. That's where it is right now. Okay, let's see what we have down here on the 5 minute chart. High prices continuing to print out, going all the way towards just 3 minutes, 30 minutes before the market opens. Here we have 134.48, 133.36, 131.55 upper projections. Let's have a look at the 10-minute chart. 10-minute chart, we have 128.39 has already printed. No, it just hasn't printed yet. 130.53, 131.86. Okay, let's see the 15-minute chart. Projections here 118.76, nothing to the upside here. I think those shorter interval charts they have all they have encouraging projections, but we could also try and see, like, for instance, we have this projection of this is 128. It has actually printed. Let's see, this is now 135 point. Yeah. Okay. We actually now have. Did I mention one? We have 135.69, 140.27. Did it just appear? I don't remember mentioning 140.27, but we'll have it. Okay. 128.49 has actually printed. So I was going to look for probabilities, but that has since printed. Okay, we are going to see whether we can look at the 1 week chart. We may see even more ambitious projections. 141.27, 150.52. What's this price here? This is 145. Going by the weekly charts, 145. Let's see if we place. Okay, if you look over here, this is it's. These are the moving averages. So we're considering 145. Let's say 145. So the moving average down there is less. They are less. Any there's none greater than 145. So it means that based on the data on this weekly chart, there's a less than 50% chance that that will be printed, and you can test it again and see. It's also less than 50, less than 145. Slide sideways again. It's also less than 145, less than 145. So not very high probability that it will print. But this is a data from its weekly chart. We don't have we really can't rely on the this daily chart because it hasn't. The last time we printed this sort of prices was a long time ago, but we could still try anyway. 145, 145. Do we have 145 here? 147. Okay, let's test 140, 145 here. I can see. Let's see. Yeah, we have okay. Yeah, the 10 day moving average is 141, so it's less than 50% probability. Okay, then the other next one is 117. We're using October, early October 2024 data. So yeah, we have validated that it's, if you like, that we've validated that it's not very likely that it will test $145. But let's just see how things go. Yeah, still hasn't changed. That intraday high hasn't changed. So let's see how things go, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.